Hey guys, NosferKitty here, and I'm back with Reanimation Scheme demo. We left off with ourselves uh, getting ready to go see Aldrias, and we're standing at a mirror. We are weak as hell from that reanimation spell that went awry and brought Jory in, well, into the world, but made him solid, and we don't understand why. Um, we found out our little familiar, who is a adorable little cat, is also an adorable freaking human. I love his hair. The designs of these characters are just freaking just. The artist is amazing. I keep saying this with a lot of these visual novels. The artists are so freaking talented, and I know I said the same thing in the first part, but am I wrong? Like, am I wrong? Um, So, yep, let's just go ahead and continue where we left off. Thankfully, it doesn't take much magic to activate the mirror for communication purposes, and I'm able to establish a connection to the headquarters even in my weakened state. It takes much longer than usual before I finally get a response from Aldrias. When Aldrias' familiar face emerges on the surface of the mirror, I can't help but notice he looks more frazzled than usual. Oh, he's cute.
I'm sorry.
For the wait. His eyes focus on mine and he breaks out into a gentle smile. Oh, someone's got a crush.
Hello.
Callie, it's you. Hello. I wasn't expecting to hear from you at this hour.
Hey!
Are you making fun of my sleeping schedule too? You've been around Sebastian too much. Aldrias dips his head and gives a chuckle, smiling at me with fondness. Yeah, well, it says they're best friends, but you can tell when someone's got a crush on someone else. They do there's gestures. There are gestures. Or they're just super affectionate with each other, which is another thing. Sorry, I wasn't trying to tease you. To what do I owe the pleasure? I need your help. Ziana, you would not believe what just happened. I almost died, Ollie. I was an inch away from death's embrace. Audria's soft smile melts into an expression of alarm, and he seems to step closer to the mirror, peering at me in concern.
Oh no.
What happened? Are you alright? I begin to fill him in on the events of this morning, being careful to leave out the parts about a certain spirit. To leave the parts about a certain spirit out of my tale. He listens attentively, a frown forming on his forehead, and I notice him shifting his weight from side to side in unease. When I finish my venting, Aldria stays silent for a minute, his face looking quite troubled. Eventually, he offers a small smile with a gentle shake of his head. You've had quite an eventful morning, haven't you? One that I'd much rather go without. This is why I never wake up early.
I'm sorry.
Callie, but I'm afraid that I won't be able to help with your problem. You see, you're not the only one experiencing difficulties and oddities with the spirit summoning spell. While I didn't experience any danger, I haven't been able to summon a single spirit since last night. One of my eyebrows shoots up in surprise. That's not what I expected at all.
What in the name of Ziana?
Really? What's happening? Aldrias spreads his arms in front of him in a helpless gesture.
I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to find out. I'm sorry. No, it's not your fault. I knew it was unlikely you'd know anything about this situation, but I figured I'd give it a shot anyway. I flash him a reassuring smile to set him at ease, which he returns, but it doesn't quite reach his eyes. I got a feeling you're hiding a spirit. The sound that just came out of this man, please don't do that. I I haven't been able to get in contact with the headquarters in the past hour either. That's odd. I was talking to one of the mages from the headquarters about my promotion application earlier this morning. Well, a normal workday just started half an hour ago. Perhaps we aren't the only ones experiencing problems with summoning spirits. So the headquarters have their hands full with reanimators reporting these issues as they discover them. Well, there goes any chances of hearing back from them about my possible promotion today.
I guess.
I'll head to the headquarters and see I guess I'll head to the headquarters and see what's the situation there. The grammar's so weird there, it's fumbling my brain.
Yes.
That sounds like a good... Wait! Don't tell them about what happened to me!
Oh.
But, Callie, I think it would help them to know...
No,
look here! If they hear that I almost died from a spirit summoning spell, I'll never be able to live that down. And you know I'm trying to secure that promotion at work. This would reflect so badly on me. There's a reason I approached you and not the headquarters.
I mean...
But it wasn't your fault. I mean...
Aldi.
Oh, cute! It doesn't matter. Aldi, please. I trusted you. Don't let me down now. I clasp my hands together and widen my eyes, giving him my best pleading look. His resolve visibly wavers, and then his face softens as he gives a quick jerk of his head in agreement.
I guess.
All right. I guess I'll keep you out of it.
Thank you.
You're the best, Aldi. Aldrias shakes his head with a low laugh. I'll head out now. I'll let you know if I hear anything. Meanwhile, please get some rest, Callie. You've had a difficult morning.
Right.
I'll see you later then. Remember, don't repeat my incident to anyone else. Aldrias bids me farewell after promising to keep my secret once more, and we both end the communication spell. Well then, Aldrias may not have been able to help me with my problem, but at least I heard some useful news. It's good to know that I'm not the only one affected by this strange issue. Nothing I can do but wait for more news from Aldrias or headquarters. Perfect. I finally have a foolproof reason to take a break from work. Dragging my tired feet behind me, I turn to leave the room for my comfortable bed that is calling my name upstairs. Watch out! My path is interrupted by a flying potion bottle, which soars through the air before landing right next to my desk and shattering into tiny pieces. The puddle of liquid starts spreading slowly, creeping towards my feet. I can only stare wordlessly, then twist my head around to shift my gaze to the spirit responsible, who has apparently embraced his new status as a non-living being and is pursuing a career in being a poltergeist.
Oops.
Sorry, my hand slipped. I'll clean that up later. Hey, Callie, these potions look really interesting. What do they do? Can I try? I take a deep breath, holding it for a moment before letting it rush out of me in a loud exhale. Ignoring Jory entirely, I continue my path towards my bedroom. I'm going back to sleep. I'll figure this out tomorrow somehow. But for now, I deserve some rest. Wake up, Callie. I said wake up! I bolt upright in bed, my eyes flying open.
What?
What? What is it? What's the matter? Is it an earthquake? A tornado? Are we dying? My mind's still fuzzy from being rudely pulled out of my sleep. I can barely process what's happening.
Of course not.
Shut up before you jinx us and bring a natural disaster upon us.
Wait.
Nobody's dying? Well then, why'd you wake me up? My alertness fades away at the realization that there isn't an actual emergency that requires my attention. Exhaustion and sleepiness creep up on me again, and I fall backwards onto the bed, pulling the covers up to my chin. Good night, Sebastian. No! The cold air attacks my body as my blanket disappears, causing me to flinch. I open my eyes to glare up at Sebastian, who's towering over my bed with a scowl.
Ziana.
Is a girl not allowed to sleep? What do you want? Why is this lagging? Stop. You need not do that. I don't want it there. Do you know what time it is? It's almost midnight. You've slept the entire day away, Callie. Bruh, I almost died? Let me sleep? I don't care how adorable you are making this face. Let me sleep.
Look here.
It's not like there's any work to do with that whole mess going on. How can you even sleep so peacefully after everything that happened? Aren't you concerned at all? I groan and try to roll away from him, but he grabs my arm to make sure that I can't escape. Peering at him through eyelids that are barely cracked open, I let out a loud yawn. Aldi will take care of it. Nothing I can do but wait for him to get back to me. Sebastian gives me a look full of disdain and exasperation. He looks like he wants to launch into another round of scolding, but doesn't even know where to begin. Oh, for the love of the 12 deities. No, Callie. You can't just sit here and wait for everyone else to solve your problems for you. He pulls my pillow out from beneath my head and throws it across the room. Watching it soar through the air, I stretch my arms as far as possible, desperately trying to retrieve my pillow, but failing to reach it.
Hey!
Come on.
It's time to get up. I need you to try something. Can't you have some mercy on me? I almost died today. I'm exhausted. When are you ever not exhausted anyway? You always claim that. Any side effects from overuse of magic should have passed when you absorbed my death magic. Enough excuses. Now get up! By now, after all this commotion, alertness has settled in enough to replace my sleepiness. Knowing I won't be able to fall back asleep for a while, nor will I be allowed to try, I push myself up into a sitting position once again and let out a long sigh. What do you want, you annoying furball?
All right.
Go to the study. I want you to attempt another spirit summoning spell.
What?
Did you manage to send Jory back to the spirit realm?
Of course not.
He's still in your study. Then why are you bothering me about this? You know I can't summon two spirits at once. Yet you berate me for forgetting the fundamentals of being a death mage? Sebastian sighs and speaks through gritted teeth. Yes, I know that. Thank you very much. But I myself have been having difficulty summoning a spirit, and considering the many oddities about the spirit you've summoned, I just want to see if it would somehow be different for... Sebastian stops speaking abruptly and whips his head around, peering in an opposite direction. Confusion crosses his face, and he narrows his eyes.
Huh?
Did my detection barrier around the perimeter just get triggered?
What?
Someone's coming? At this hour? Who? Since when do I get visitors?
True.
When do you? Do you even know a single person in that place? Because I can't play Serenade. I can't say this. I shoot him a scathing glance that lets him know exactly how I feel about his jab. Well, clearly someone knows me if they're paying me a visit. I let out a sigh, sliding off the bed with reluctance.
Right.
Fine. I should go wait at the door.
Huh?
You're getting out of bed willingly? But no, stay here. I'll slip out of the house to see who it is first. I cock my head, raising an eyebrow. He sure is being cautious. Is he that on edge because of what happened today? Hola! Wow. It's the kitty! It's so cute! Oh my god! Before I could express my doubts about his plan, a burst of death magic erupts from him, coupled with a blinding flash of light.
Sebastian!
Wait! Raising my arms instinctively to block out the light, I squint at the door just in time to see Sebastian dash out of the room in his cat form.
Kitty!
A cat! It's me! Kitty! An excited yell fills the room. I almost leap out of my skin, taken aback by the sudden outburst.
Jory!
Ziana, is that you? I whip my head from side to side, but I don't see any sign of the red-hooded spirit. What? Am I starting to hallucinate from my exhaustion?
Jory?
Where are you? Can't find me? Right here! Before my eyes, a faint figure appears bit by bit. It grows more solid and vivid by the moment until, finally, I see Jory's excited face before mine.
What in the name of Ziana?
Jory doesn't seem to notice my shock. He points in the direction where Sebastian disappears, his eyes wide as saucers.
Golly gallops!
Was that your friend, Sebastian? Golly gallops, he's a cat? He can, what's that word called? Right, yes, he can shapeshift? Is he really a cat? How does he do that? Golly gallops, I'm so glad I decided to wander around the house to look for him. I was just about to walk into the room and, lo and behold, I see him disappear with a cat left in his place instead. Golly gallops, I can hardly believe this. This is amazing! I don't even have time to further ponder this startling discovery as I'm slapped in the face by a more pressing problem. Sebastian accidentally exposed his secret in front of Jory. Well, I have no choice. I can only deny it until my last breath.
No.
You must be mistaken. I do own a cat, which is probably what you just saw earlier. No, but it's most definitely not Sebastian. Out of the corner of my eye, I catch sight of Sebastian's pile of clothes in the spot where he had been shapeshifted. Inching as discreetly as possible towards them, I kicked them under my bed in a swift movement.
Huh?
Really? Then where did Sebastian go?
Well...
He was so impatient to get the door that he teleported? I wince inwardly as I lie through my teeth, hoping that Jory's lack of knowledge about magic will allow him to believe my words. Jory tilts his head at me, pursing his lips, but he doesn't object further. I heave a sigh of relief, thinking I've convinced him, but he suddenly lets out a chuckle. Is his shapeshifting supposed to be a secret? No problem. I'll keep my lips sealed. He winks at me and flashes me a grin in reassurance. But I don't feel reassured at all. I curse at Sebastian in my head, even though I know it's not really even though I know he's not really at fault. Who would expect Jory to walk in it at that very moment, and while invisible as well? We really need to find a way to send him back to the spirit realm. I finally understand why the 12 deities made spirits incorporeal, but at least visible, because entities that you can't see are a real pain to deal with.
Look here!
I really don't know what you're talking about. Shapeshifters don't exist, I tell ya. Yep, you're right. He agrees, but he has such a cheeky smile on his face that it's obvious he doesn't actually believe a word I say. Forget it. What can he do with Sebastian's secret anyway? Who can he tell and who would believe him? He's just a spirit. An extremely odd one, but one nonetheless. Never mind. Please just forget what you saw.
Great!
Yep, great! Of course! But hey, Callie, guess what? Without waiting for my response, he continues.
You just let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I really love this. I really love this. And no, we'll keep going for a little bit. He collapses into laughter as though that's the funniest thing he's ever heard. My lips twitch in response, unsure whether to be speechless or amused at his puns in the situation. In the end, I can only offer him a weak smile and try to change the subject.
Right.
Well, Jory, do you mind making yourself scarce for a bit? Since, there's a visitor arriving soon, and I don't think it's the best idea for whoever it is to see a spirit just casually floating by. He recollects himself, wiping some non-existent tears away from the corners of his eyes, before grinning at me with a playful salute.
Ah, yes, right.
Got it! Wouldn't want to give any poor souls a heart attack. He begins to fade away again, and his cheerful whistling grows fainter and fainter as he walks out of the room. I think I made a mistake. A disembodied voice whistling a haunting melody, echoing down a hallway, is worse than a spirit that flickers in and out of view at will. And where is Sebastian anyway? Why is he still not back? Who in the name of Ziana is paying me a visit at midnight? I can't help but feel an inkling of concern. Surely he couldn't have gotten into trouble, right? I debate with myself on what to do for a moment, massaging my temples as the pounding in my head returns.
Oh no.
Callie? Are you alright? Oh no, I'm sorry. Did I come at a bad time? My eyes fly open at the sound of Aldrias' voice. I turn to find Aldrias entering the room with hesitance, a bag slung over his shoulder. At the sight of him, relief rushes over me. I kind of had a feeling it was going to be you, but, you never know.
Aldi!
So you're the visitor! Well, thanks, Ziana, you're here. Though, I wasn't expecting you to come in person instead of just responding to me through the mirror.
Oh.
I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. I thought it would be easier to just talk while we're on the way to headquarters.
Wait.
To the headquarters. Why? Because you've been summoned, which you would know if you ever checked the pile of letters slipped under your door. Sebastian comes floating in on his book once again, and I flick my eyes upwards in exasperation. I'll never understand his aversion to walking on four paws, even though he's spent many more years as a cat than as a human before regaining the ability to shapeshift between the forms.
Well...
I was asleep the whole day. That's exactly the problem. You're lucky Aldrias remembered you, knew this would happen, and took the time to drag you to the headquarters. Sebastian sends me a sharp glare in exasperation, which I decidedly ignore. I notice something crumpled between his paws, and he bats at it with force, causing it to fly through the air towards me. I catch it with one hand, an eyebrow raising at the seal on the back of the unopened envelope. Why am I having trouble with that word? A letter from the headquarters? What does the authority want from me? As if sensing my silent question, Aldrias speaks, rubbing the back of his neck as he explains. The headquarters is summoning all death mages urgently. I received the same letter as well, though really mine was rather unnecessary since I was already there at the headquarters. What? Well, that's certainly unexpected. The fuck? Sorry, there's something going on outside. Frowning, I flop down on the bed and tear open the envelope. Aldrias takes it as his cue to pull a chair closer to my bed before making himself comfortable in the seat. I begin to skim through the contents of the letter. To my surprise, the letter isn't just summoning me to the headquarters. I'm expected to stay there for an unspecified period of time. In my years of working for the Imperial Necromancy Authority, and the years before that when my father was working for the Authority, I've never heard of this happening. Is this because of the mishaps with the spirit summoning spell that we discussed earlier?
Yes.
Just as I feared, it turns out that every reanimator, not every death mage, has been having the same issues. Nobody has managed to successfully call upon a single spirit all day. So, the Authority is calling for all death mages to gather in the headquarters as soon as possible, to put their heads together for a solution, I suppose. My mouth falls open slightly. How could the spirit summoning spell stop working for death mages overnight? Actually, that can't be true. Not when there's a certain red-hooded spirit wandering my corridors as we speak. If not a single death mage has been able to summon a spirit today, why could I? And why is Jory displaying such unusual qualities for his spirit? I have the fleeting thought of telling Aldrias about Jory, but then I decide against it. Sebastian has a point. Who knows what the Authority would do to Jory, and perhaps me as well, if they found out about this inexplicable phenomenon. Tongue does not want to work today. The last thing I want is to be involved in this mess. I'll decide how much and what I should say when I get to headquarters, depending on how the situation unfolds. Next to me, Sebastian seems completely unaware of my internal struggles. He merely leaps to his feet, his tail shooting up high in the air as he completely forgets his composure.
Impossible.
Dear 12 deities, that's impossible. All death mages? This is why I couldn't summon a spirit earlier when I tried.
I'm sorry.
But it's true.
What in the name of the 12 deities?
Could have caused this. This doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
That's what the mages have been trying to find out. Sebastian deflates, resting his head on his paws.
All right.
I suppose I should go prepare for our departure.
Wait.
You're coming along as well? Are you sure that's a good idea?
I suppose.
It should be fine. I'll go around in the form of a cat as your familiar, and I'll be careful not to speak when others are around. Nobody should suspect a thing. Without giving me a chance to argue, Sebastian leaves the room in a hurry. Fine. It's not my fault if he lets the secret slip again.
Well...
Do you have any idea how long we'll be staying at the headquarters?
I'm sorry.
I don't know. They didn't say. I pursed my lips, slightly annoyed. I would normally rejoice at the idea of a prolonged break from work, but did the Authority have to decide to call for all death mages? Well, we should probably leave for the headquarters as soon as possible.
What?
We're leaving now? But how are we going to get to the capital? Aldrias tilts his head and lifts his hand to his chin, clearly not following my train of thought.
Aldrias?
Do you know what time it is? We would have to walk all the way to Kellyres for the nearest teleportation square. A thought suddenly occurs to me, and I look Aldrias up and down, only just noticing the mud clinging to the corner of his coat.
Wait...
Speaking of that, did you actually walk here? Oh, yeah, but it's not too far of a walk. Not too far. I mentally recall the hour it took to get to Kellyres last month when I had to purchase supplies. And that was by horse. I don't want to imagine how long it'll take there to get there by foot.
Well...
Even so, we won't be able to get to the capital. At Aldrias' blank stare, I can't help but give a slight shake of my head. For someone so intelligent, he sure could be scatterbrained sometimes.
Aldi...
The teleportation squares outside of the major cities close their services at midnight, remember?
Oh no.
I'm so sorry. You're right. I forgot. then we should rest for the night and leave first thing in the morning. Oh, then should we rest for the night and leave first thing in the morning? I make a small face at the second half of his suggestion, but I have no choice but to nod with a sigh. Alright, well, you can stay in one of the spare bedrooms tonight if you like. You can take your pick.
Oh.
That would be great, thank you. In that case, I'll go find myself a room then. He moves to leave the room, but I call out his name, giving him pause.
Aldrias?
Oh.
Yes, Callie, what is it? Okay, we are going to stop here, and when we pick it back up, we are going to make the decision. Yeah. Just like last time, all the links are down below for not only supporting the Kickstarter, but supporting the devs, information on the game, all the fun stuff, because this is really good so far. I'm totally hooked on it. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, or any game suggestions, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.